So Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel, episode 13, Prepare to Fail, certainly lived up to its title. It failed. um, Once again, we have another episode. Victor and Monty heavy. Fart joke heavy. Enough with the fart jokes, guys. This is really getting old. I mean, I remember episode 5, uh, Drive to Survive, I think was the name of the episode, where basically all that episode was one big fart joke. Go ahead and refer back to my to my review of it. I believe it was actually my shortest review I've ever done. It literally was like only 12 seconds long. Just one big fart joke. That's all I had to say. And so far we've had not one, not two, but 3 other episodes that feature fart jokes in this series. I know you're on a kids channel, Nickelodeon, but even other shows on Nickelodeon, more shows that are actually more, you know, comedy heavy, didn't use this many fart jokes. Kids still find fart jokes funny? Seriously, they do. I know my kids don't, and I've got 4. I should know. This episode opens with the kids at school, actually in class for once, doing a math test. Um, of course, all the kids get a decent grade, except for, this is strange, Victor, which isn't strange, but Monty. Victor and Monty both get F's on their test because they didn't prepare for the test. How is Monty, of all people, getting an F? Isn't he supposed to be like a nerd, like a geek? Isn't he supposed to be the smart one of the entire show? Like at least when it comes to side characters, not the Rangers themselves. He's supposed to be a smart character, right? So why is he getting an F? The only thing I can think of is because he's spending too much time sniffing Victor's coattail. Well, I think that's a fair assumption. Well, as I stated, the rest of the class got good grades. Sarah, the Pink Ranger, she apparently got the only A plus in the entire class and was praised for it. Decided to get a little cocky, knowing that this was just part 1 apparently to a part 2 math test. This one she claims was cake, so she figures the next one would be easy too. So instead of studying for the second part of the test, like she did the first part, she decides to want to go to a movie instead. But the rest of the Rangers don't want to go to the movies with her because they want to prepare and study for the test. Well, I guess the math test isn't the only thing that Sarah has been putting off lately. When it shows the Rangers in the command center later on, Mick states that she's been working on a new weapon, a new Starblade, or a Super Starblade, to work with some of their more super stars, power stars, for their what powers their weapons and their Zords and everything, whatever have you. But of course, she hasn't finished that. It's in pieces laying on the table, and Mick's just wondering when she's going to get around to that. Okay? So she's basically slacking on everything she's doing. I can see the moral of the story on this one. Obviously, don't put off today, or don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. There you go. Well, enter the monsters of the story. We're introduced to a fairly significant character from Shuriken Sentai Ninja. This time around, they are calling the character Tianaman, or Tynaman, however we want to pronounce that. But it reminds me, that name reminds me of a song from a really, really old Chinese song called I Love Peking Tiananmen. Is that what they're referencing? A song? Whatever. I'm not an expert on Chinese. mythology or songs for that matter. Anyhow, and this monster wants to introduce us to another monster named Brax. Um, Now, at first glance, Brax looks intimidating, but when he first fights the Rangers, obviously the Rangers are, they're on their way to go study for the next test. When Brax appears with a bunch of Kudo bots, boasts, the Rangers morph, and Brody takes him down with one slash. And he begins to cower like a weakling and say, "I'm not strong enough, we need to retreat." Of course, we all know this is a lie. Come on, it's a freaking Power Rangers monster. Of course he's going to lie. So as the Rangers think that he was easy, and they figure when he comes back, oh, they'll just take him out easy again, just like they did before. Same moral lesson when it comes to the test. Oh, the first test was easy, so the second test is going to be easy too. Obviously, that's not the moral. That's not the lesson they're trying to teach you in this episode. So, the Rangers decide that, oh, it's going to be easy, so we can forget about it. Well, Brax then obviously reveals his lie that he was just putting on a show, and he's actually just going to lure them into thinking that he's weak, and then when he's got them at the right moment, he's going to strike and destroy them. Well, half right. Next time the Rangers run into him, they think, of course, it's going to be an easy fight. Well, it wasn't. He kicked their butts. He really did. He really kicked their butts bad. Even though a lot of fight scenes were cut from the battle with him, because in Shuriken Sentai Ninja there was a whole lot more foot battle action than what this episode had. So I was disappointed in that. Of course, they just keep on chopping back and chopping back and chopping back on the foot battles, the foot battle scenes and sequences. It's starting to irk me why they're focusing more on the Megazord stuff than anything else. But in any case, he beats them. They retreat to the command center. And of course, this is where we learn the life lesson. Also, after they took the second part of the test, let me get to this real quick. As they were taking the second part of the test, not only did Sarah not study for it and was nervous, Victor and Monty apparently did not study for it either. Here's where the fart jokes come in. I guess I say Monty is supposed to be the smart one, but he comes up with the idea of eating a bunch of baked beans. Both him and Victor. Well, during the test, they decide to really, really light up the place. And not with their personalities, people. It sounded like they were crapping themselves, literally. I don't know about any of you out there, but if back when I was in school, if another student ripped pants like that, they'd be ridiculed and heckled all throughout until graduation. There's no living that up. There's no forgetting about something like that. I mean, they were literally just dropping bombs in the classroom. And of course, I'm guessing the idea was to stink up the classroom for them to make an excuse that, oh, we can't work in this air, we need fresh air, so we need to leave. The teacher says, yeah, you can go ahead and leave, but you'll fail the test. So what does she do? She gets gas masks out for the students. Literally, I'm not even kidding. Gas masks. If I was the teacher in that classroom, I'd say, yeah, hold off on the test for about 10 to 15. Everybody step outside until the room clears. Gas masks? And of course, she only had enough gas masks for the rest of the students, minus Victor and Monty. So they just scribble down whatever they can in the test really, really quickly so they can leave the classroom and go crap themselves, probably. So that plan backfired on them. One little note, as they were leaving the classroom, they didn't just simply open the door and walk out. They literally busted the door down. It didn't even look like an actual, just like a literal, your simple door bust. It literally looks like the door exploded and they jump through. They are just regular students, aren't they? God. Why aren't they Power Rangers if they can just blow through a door like that? Anyway, that was a stupid scene. I really don't want to talk about it again. Well, Sarah, of course, also ends up failing the test because she did not prepare properly for it. Well, she gets upset, and after their initial defeat from Brax, they're back at the command center, tired, and of course we have Mick to point out the flaws in Sarah's logic when it comes to the whole, preparing for math test and everything. She comes to realize that, yeah, not everything is as easy as it seems. There are challenges in life, like the math test and like Brax, like their villain. Oh, they're one and the same apparently. A math test and a superpowered monster are apparently completely the same. Well, she decides that, yeah, she was foolish. She should have prepared. And then Mick asks if she wants to finish her Superstar Blade now, which of course she does. She finishes it. As her and Mick are finishing it, the rest of the Rangers are training with some new combat techniques, some new tricks. They engage Brax in battle one more time. It seems the Pink Ranger is taking the lead on this one. She uses the new Superstar Blade with the Lion Fire Star to help the rest of the Rangers finish off Brax. And of course, he gets gigantified. They have to call the Zords. Not one Zord, but 2 Megazords this time. And again, a decent Megazord battle at the end. Can't really complain. It's a Megazord battle. They're supposed to be short and sweet. And at the very end of this episode, we get Sarah apologizing to the teacher that she should have prepared more, and oh yeah, give her a hug and all that sweet stuff. And the teacher said, "Oh well," pardon me. That never happens. She said, "Oh well, your attitude has changed completely. You really impressed me. I guess I'll let you take the test again." That's lucky. Not all teachers are willing to do that. I don't think a teacher ever did that for me whenever I failed a test and then apologized to her saying, yeah, I should have studied more and it was my fault and blah, blah, blah. And she'll just say, oh, well, next time you'll be prepared. Not oh, well, I guess you can take the test again. That's Hollywood for you. Making everything seem so genuine and whimsical, when in real life it's just not the same. And it ends with Victor and Monty fixing the teacher's door, because she wanted them to fix the door, I guess, because they broke it, or exploded it, rather. And just as they're finished, Monty says, "I'm starving." Pulls out more baked beans and starts eating more baked beans. And of course that was a bad idea, because once again, he crapped himself. Not just a normal crap. No. Apparently his fart was enough to explode the door again. Imagine having a fart strong enough to explode a door. Again, that's a superpower in and of itself. The power of ass compels you, people. My God, was that stupid. Oh, not to mention just revolting. Stop with the fart jokes. Stop with the fart jokes. They're not funny. It's not even entertaining. You could have gone about that a totally different way. So that's it. The episode ends on an exploding door from a fart from a teenager. I'm glad this was episode 13, because we're getting very close, people. We're getting very, very close to the end of this series, and God, can I not wait for Beast Morphers at this point. anything fresh to break up this bad taste in my mouth. Because, wow, Ninja, that's exactly what it is. Ninja Steel is leaving the worst taste in my mouth ever when it comes to Power Rangers. Need a palate cleanser, everybody. A palate cleanser. So until next week, guys, this was my review of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel Episode 13, Prepare to Fail. And like I said before, it lived up to its title. It failed all right. There was no preparation involved in this, I'm sure. This was just, again, thrown together in like a day or two. And there's your episode, because Saban has gotten apparently so lazy, he's not even trying anymore. He really isn't. He's just, everything is just being phoned in, it's being edited behind the scenes. Let's just film 10 minutes worth of our actors. The rest of it is all stock footage, and we'll throw in a couple of fart jokes here and there, and then, oh, we have an episode. Again, breathe. Hopefully we only have about 7 or 8 episodes left of this, guys. I'm really hoping we only have 7 or 8 episodes left. Because come next January, that's when Beast Morphers is going to start. At least if we know anything about history. So, here's hoping it gets a little bit better. Here's hoping they pick back up for the finale of their series. Because as of right now, I like 2 episodes. 2 episodes so far out of the entire series. So we'll see what happens. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. You all know the deal. Got lots more videos and content coming, not just these reviews. So don't worry if you think all this channel is about reviewing Power Rangers Ninja Steel. It's not. It's I got a lot more stuff planned, guys. These are just weekly episodes of these reviews. Whenever they do an episode, that's what to expect. That's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to review the episode just to get it out of the way up on the channel. That way I can work on more stuff that actually entertains me as much as I know it's going to entertain you guys. So until next week, guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode, and I will see you all next week. This concludes our broadcast day. Rangers, ready